lunch.
It looks delicious.
Yeah, here in Afghanistan, we usually eat breakfast and dinner, but sometimes if we're hungry, we have a late lunch.
Oh yeah, I heard that we should also have snacks interspersed throughout the day.
Yeah, I have lots of snacks.
Okay, I'll get us some grapes and nuts.
Oh, those are really common. Yum.
Okay, Zohar, let's get down to business.
Alright. Hi, Miss Platt's class. Welcome to Zohar
And Kasha's
10-minute meals.
in Afghanistan.
Woo!
So Zohar, break it down for me. What's in this salata?
Alright, Kasha. So I'm dicing tomatoes, cucumbers, onion, and then I'm putting a bunch of cilantro and some extra lemon for flavor with salt.
Oh, that sounds really good.
It's gonna be.
What else? What other kinds of common foods are there in Afghanistan?
I heard there's a lot of kebabs and naan.
Yeah, I think the kebabs, they mince the meat or they skewer them. The skewered kebabs have alternating meat and vegetables, and the minced ones is basically food processed meat with spices and onions.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Yeah, and then as for the carbs, they usually have a lot of rice or naan. Naan is an unleavened bread, and the rice is used in almost every meal.
Oh. So, Kasha, they just eat rice?
No, they have like barley and wheat and like other maize kind of products as their bases, and then I'm pretty sure they make a lot of yogurt-based sauces with really good like Middle Eastern spices.
Alright, but what about dessert?
Oh yeah, okay. So for dessert, they really like having their like exotic fruits like melons and stuff. And
Don't
then
they like plums and apricots too?
yeah, and there's like this other fruit called mulberries that they eat a lot too, which I hear are really good.
We should try that sometime.
We should. And then they have like a really good milk pudding with pistachios on top called firni. So I think that's pretty common too, especially to eat with like the fruits and nuts and stuff.
We should try that too.
Yeah.
Alright. So, Kasha, I heard there's some foods that Islamic people can't eat.
Yeah, I think that if an animal isn't slaughtered in a ceremony, so if it isn't blessed and sacrificed on like an altar, then they can't eat that. And also if it dies naturally in the wild, so if it's killed by another predator or something, then they can't have that either. They also can't eat some obscure meats like donkeys or monkeys or elephants.
You know what else I heard?
What?
They can't have any pork, liquor, or carnivores. Oh my! So I mixed all the stuff together, and I'm putting cucumbers around the edges. Alright.
Okay.
And now for my final touches, I gotta squeeze some lemon onto it.
Mm-hmm.
And get some salt. Hold on. Adding some salt. And a little mixing.
Now we gotta put it in the fridge so that the flavors will mix, right?
Yeah, we need to make all the juices blend so it can be extra yummy. And we have our salata almost.
Hey everybody, so now that we have our salata and another rice dish we just made, we are going to chow down. However, before we start,
I'm going to explain this whole sitting on the ground business because you guys want to know that, right?
of course they do.
Alright, so there's a mat and all of the food is placed on it, and we are sitting on cushions because that's how it's done here. And another custom is that everything is in large pots and served in containers that we can all eat in family style. Except you can't reach over the table or something like that because that would be extremely rude, and you're just supposed to eat out of what's in front of you.
Exactly. And another thing is that you're supposed to hold your fork in your right hand like Zohar is doing, because holding things in your left hand symbolizes that you're like unhygienic, because your left is used for cleaning and other stuff like that.
And another very important hygiene thing is that before you start eating, the youngest person that lives in the house, which would be me, would get us a bowl, and we would all wash our hands in it before we start.
Exactly. And how do people sit here?
Well, so if you're the owner of the house, you're supposed to sit closest to the door. And since Kasha's my guest, she's sitting further away. Also, elderly people are supposed to sit further away. So I'm the youngest and live here, so that's why I'm sitting closest to the door.
Exactly. Oh my god, all this food looks so delicious. I'm really excited to eat it.
Me too. Good thing it's not Ramadan. That's the 9th month of the Islamic calendar, where it's not allowed to eat between sunrise and sunset, but nighttime is okay.
Are there any like exceptions to that?
There definitely are. If you're elderly, a child, or sick, you're allowed to eat, so it's not torturous.
That's good. And then there's that holiday right after Eid al-Fitr, right?
Yeah, that's right after Ramadan, and it's a feast.
Right, like all day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's that other holiday called Eid al-Adha, right?
Yes.
What's that?
That's 4 days where there's a sacrificial slaughtering of a sheep or a goat.
Every day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think we're about ready to dig in.
All right.
Let's go for it.